Hey everybody, welcome to GunTube Tier List Part 2. So we got 10 more for you here. We're going to put them through their paces and see where they end up. We're going to start here with IV8888, who for me ends up on C. But if you're a fan of Milsurp stuff, he's probably B tier. Recently his content seems like it's suffered. He's been going through some stuff. I hope he gets back to where he used to be because I really genuinely enjoyed his ammo testing videos. His years with Barry were some of the golden age of gun tubing. He invented the meltdown videos, which are for entertainment purposes only. If another person comments about why they should buy the gun because of how good it did in a meltdown, I might lose my mind. So, Eric ends up at C tier. Puts on a great event, great guy. Brass Facts. We're putting Brass Facts here at B tier. So Brass Facts is like the offspring of the Nutnfancy review era. It's people that took things too far. It's like 4chan sent their most valuable warrior to review gear. And I kind of do enjoy Brass Facts. Not so much for some of the spectrum stuff of Nutnfancy, but it's like he's actually critical of some stuff. He's not just shilling things. Some of it has an interesting point. I don't always agree with it, but I think he puts out decent content. So, Gunthots. Gunthots is B tier. And that's only because they only put out like 4 videos a year. I absolutely love the videos that Gunthots puts out. I think they're fun. I think the group dynamic is amazing. I wish that they put more stuff out on a regularly scheduled basis. That's my only gripe with them. Mishaco. If you don't know who this is, don't look him up. Probably. I'm going to put him down in D tier because for me his content is pretty unwatchable. I get it. He's like the know-it-all, the forgotten weapons of AKs. Specifically, he's like he's got like the voice of Eugene Merman, and it's really hard to listen to him. He's also, I think, partially blind. Don't quote me on that. So it's kind of awkward when you're like seeing him shoot guns in videos because you're not sure if that's like a good thing to have happen. But if you're really, really deep in AKs, you probably love him. If you're not, it's not watchable, I think. I think he puts a lot of heart in things, and nothing bad against him, but it's just his voice and the content isn't there. Warrior Poet Society. I'm going to put him at B tier. It's between B and C for me, to be honest. So he seems like a good guy who's trying to rehabilitate the gun community on a moral path, which gets a little preachy. That I'm not a huge fan of that. But he has started like his own network. He's got quality gear. They got training. He's doing a lot for the community, and I appreciate that. The only reason I wouldn't move him up is because he's got some weird takes. Like, he said why he doesn't use a suppressor on his home defense gun is because he wants everyone to hear him. It's like, dude, have you ever heard of an alarm system? Like, come on. There's better ways about things. He's a little stuck on certain things, and that's why I can't move him up. If he didn't do all those extracurriculars, he might be at C tier just because I don't like getting preached at that much either. Gun Collective, C tier. And I would have probably put him at D tier, but he's moved up to C tier since he's found the 60-second gun reviews. So I actually like those. The 60-second gun news, it's like you're getting everything in a quick, easy to digest pattern, but like he just seems like a used car salesman to me. Like the way he comes at you, it's like wacky, wavy, inflatable arm guy, you know, and like all this other stuff. So Gun Collective ends up at a C. 1911 Syndicate. Call me biased, call me whatever you want. A tier, hands down. 1911 Syndicate helped me move to Tennessee, so maybe that's why I said I'm biased. But I think Crispy has the best cinematography in all of GunTube. There isn't anyone that does better filming than Crispy. Jake and Chris are both honest. I mean, Jake's probably more my personality type, as nice as Chris is. I'd rather, I think, like, hang out with Jake post-Rapture because we're not great people. And I hope he doesn't take that the wrong way. But, yeah, they do good firearms. They get stuff in that most people don't get to review, which drew me to them. Like a lot of the Cabot stuff and cool 2011s. And then just cool, like, HK and SIG stuff. So, 1911 Syndicate, A tier. Honest Outlaw, A tier as well. So, Honest Outlaw, as the name implies, gives a pretty honest opinion on things. Like, he dunks on things that aren't great. He likes certain things. He says he's biased, if he is, on certain things like CZs and things like that. I want to say he's probably one of the nicest people I've met in the gun community. Him and his wife. They're both really, really cool, down-to-earth people. If you see him, go talk to him. He's probably one of the nicest people in the industry, like the most easy to talk to. So, yeah, A tier. His content's pretty good. I find myself coming back for it. Mr. Guns and Gear is going in A tier as well. So Mike has been he's like the original veteran of gun reviews. And I'm going to say literally just to piss off anyone that's one of those Yankee Marshall fans that is a douche about his service. He's a great dude. He provides good news. He's got good information. He's got unbiased reviews. He does a little bit of everything. So that would, I would say, be his only downfall is you don't know what you're getting, whether it's news or an ammo review or a gun review, but it keeps things interesting. I find myself watching week after week on the content, and I just think that he puts out good stuff, and he gets things early and puts them through more paces than most people. So, he's getting guns early, and he has 1,000 rounds on him when a media embargo lets up instead of someone who got it just that day, and they're bragging about it. So I come to him. I think he's honest. I know he's honest, and stuff like that. Last but not least, Nutnfancy, D tier. I think Nutnfancy could have been C tier, but at this point, he's turned into the get off my lawn dad. It seems like he actually hates doing reviews now. He's not a fan. He's remembered and quoted by everyone. He used to make these extremely ridiculous length videos, and it seems like people would spaz out for him. He made an hour-long video, I think, about some cold steel knife where he's just throwing it into the dirt. Just these extremely long, drawn-out rants. And for that, I can't get behind things. I do appreciate he seems unbiased, but he also seems like a cranky curmudgeon at this point, and it seems like he's dropped off quite a bit. Well, that's where we end things with part 2 of the Guntuber tier list. I hope you enjoyed it. If you think anyone else should be added to the tier list, you'd like to see them. If you disagree with the rankings, leave a comment, dislike, whatever you want to do. I don't care. Thanks for watching. Have fun.